Yo, 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 what it is, we are back for another week. I am who is D, right? Fellas, how y'all feeling?
I'm good, man. Had a good week.
You good? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Yes,
week?
Good.
sir.
Episode
That's
10,
good.
let's do it.
Let's do it, man. We episode 10, man. Let's hop right into this, man. Let's not waste any time. Fellas, have y'all heard a couple things about the Grammy? P. Diddy has some comments about it. Also, there was a executive that got fired, and she's actually suing them. Um, Said they were very biased in their decision making. It's a room full of white men. They're very feminist and very racist with their decisions when it comes to giving these awards out and even nominations. I wanted to know, what are your thoughts about the Grammys in general? Also, I want to know, like, do y'all think that it's unhealthy the value that artists put on the Grammys? Because I feel as personally, like, if you win a Grammy versus a BT award, it's still an accolade, but it's like a really weighty like feeling if you win a Grammy. So y'all think it's first of all, y'all think it's biased? Do y'all think the Grammys are like overrated?
I think the Grammys is biased because it's a white institution, so it's destined to be biased. It was created by white people and for white people.
From the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, let's be real, it was, and I just think it's all around bias. But I do think like when people do get honored for stuff like that, I don't hate and I don't say, oh, we should. A lot of people say boycotted and stuff like that, but I feel like the thing is, if you could get the whole world to acknowledge you and get a Grammy, that's pretty much what it is. Like the whole world acknowledging you.
Side question: do you think
Right.
Lizzo is worthy of a Grammy? It's just this is
Yeah.
my own personal pleasure. I just
Right.
want to ask that question.
Fuck
Mm.
no. Hell no.
My
Hell
man,
no. But
my man.
I
Worst
think
people have
all.
been nominated, but nah, she ain't
Yeah, yeah,
worthy
yeah.
of it.
Worse people definitely have been
So
nominated.
hold on, does anybody in here think Lizzo is worthy of a nomination?
Didn't
Mm.
No.
Mm.
Not a
Macklemore
chance.
didn't Macklemore get a Grammy? Like
Right.
Macklemore beat Kendrick Lamar, sir.
that's the most insane thing I've
Yeah,
ever
it's
heard.
an organization. Like it's like how
Yeah.
Diddy was saying the thing. Like it's an organization. It's a group that you gotta belong to. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
right.
It's not like everybody gets
Sound real
the same.
Illuminati-ish.
I
I
mean,
I think it's a
Hey,
I think it's a little more I think it's a little more than that though, cuz like say so if you're an
it's a
artist, like the Grammys is like a award you can get, and with that award you can negotiate bigger deals, you can negotiate more
yeah,
stuff.
that's what I was
Kind of
just
yeah.
gonna
like
say,
kind of
basically.
like
Yeah,
in
Sure,
like if I'm
sure.
federal service and I get passed up for a award, am I gonna get promoted or some shit? So it's
yeah,
like you can't. So at the same time, it's clearly we already know they're racist and biased.
yeah.
Is someone ever
Do
going to
we? Do we
actually?
though?
Is someone? Yeah, we know. Is someone
Come
ever
on,
going to
man.
actually going
Yes.
to like sue someone for that? Because that's racial discrimination. That's like you're fucking up someone's money at this point by literally putting
It's a
Macklemore over
private
Kendrick
institution,
Lamar.
though.
Like, stop it. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
a private.
It can be private, but if you're saying that you are the top tier decision making group in this field, and you're racially not even putting everyone into the field that's supposed to be in there
Right.
to run for these awards, then come on now.
Yeah,
But
I
I mean,
think.
I guess it's
I
all
think.
subjective. I guess it's all subjective. They could say they don't feel like that.
If
I
they
mean, it's
don't
certain
if they
things you
don't
can't ignore
resonate,
though. It's certain things you just can't ignore. Like you can't ignore
Y'all
Kendrick
think
Lamar.
Adele should have beat Beyonce?
Adele is an incredible artist.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
I'm
agree.
not gonna
I
say
white
she
on
should
agree.
black.
be
I
Beyonce, but she's incredible.
I would say I would respect it if she did, and if I knew
She
it
did.
wasn't
She
no
beat
bullshit.
Beyonce.
No, I'm saying I would respect it like the whole race for it. Like I wouldn't be thinking like ain't no fucking way. I would be like Adele can blow down with these
Yeah,
motherfucking
Adele
songs.
is
So
basically
Fact.
a bit.
Those are facts, sir.
She comes to the cookout. She definitely does.
Hello. Yeah,
I'm
man.
like,
I personally,
Bunch of
I think the
dabble.
Grammys are mad. I've always felt this way about the Grammys. I mean, the fact that an executive is point out that they're very biased is like not new news for Black people. We always knew this.
that's what
Hip
I'm
hop
saying.
albums always get
Everything is
snubbed,
biased.
and let's just be honest here. Hip hop is the popular music now. You know, it was rock for a long time. Now hip hop is the popular music in the world. It's
Yeah.
globally, it's the popular music. So, I mean, I don't know. I personally think I wish we didn't put as much weight on it. To be honest, I wish we would kind of celebrate our awards that are distinctive to us more.
Yeah, but you
So
can't
BET
go and you
Awards,
can't
Soul Train
go.
Award.
Nah, come on, man. You can't
Nah,
negotiate a big
bruh.
deal with it like a BET war. The
That's
honor.
because we haven't put the weight on it.
It's the longevity factor. Like it's because it's been there so long and it's been just
That's what I'm
marketed
saying.
as the top tier thing. Like you
That's what I'm
can't.
saying. Like I feel like if you get it, I will applaud you. But I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I know it's biased, but if you get it, then you can use it. Like George said, you can pretty much use it to get
yeah,
like more weighty deals and stuff like that. Like you can use that as leverage.
yeah.
Like
Like
getting more money. Like come on, it's
what's my
crazy.
man who's about to play the new Blade? I forgot his first name. Ali or whatever. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
said
yeah.
he went up to the little the president of Marvel and told him I want to play fucking Blade, and the dude came out at the little conference or whatever and said when Oscar winner or whatever comes and tell you what they want to do, you don't say no.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
exactly. And
it's a type of weight they got.
And the Grammys.
I just want to know what's the criteria? Like, what is the criteria that the Grammys are even judging by? Right? How does Macklemore beat Kendrick Lamar? Like, what are you judging? What's
like I said? It's an organization. Like it's not like mass popular opinion. It's a group of people. It's a panel that votes on these things. And if they don't resonate with the music, then you're not gonna win. Period.
Kendrick Lamar too woke, huh?
Hey, Kendrick Lamar coming from a whole different lifestyle and perspective.
How many he got now?
How many
he got now?
Yeah, he got some Grammys.
He got a rack of Grammys.
Hey.
I think he might have 11. I'm not sure. That might be a size. I think Jay-Z has 11.
I think you just pulled that number from nowhere, but it's cool though.
I looked this up. I think me and you was talking about it before.
You can Google it right now.
Right. We have the technology.
Right.
Those are also facts.
Let's see.
I mean, I didn't want to spend too much time on this topic. I just thought it was interesting that the executive was pointing out their bias. I mean, we all knew that already, obviously. So it's cool. It's interesting to see somebody who was in the organization pointed out.
Yes, 13 Grammys, by the way.
13, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm looking at this shit.
Damn. He told you.
It looked like more than 13 on here.
Oh, damn.
That's crazy. Y'all think, or Diddy said that the Grammys got 365 days to get the shit together and the artists to take control back. Do y'all think that the Grammys will ever straighten their act out?
Nah. I mean, yeah. Eventually, the organization is going to change and become more diverse as the U.S. becomes more diverse. But
yeah, Hollywood is trying to be real liberal, so I feel like they're gonna hurry up and switch it up because they don't want to offend the liberals. You gotta think liberals are in charge of the world now.
They're gonna have to switch it up by incorporating more black people in the voting process.
But what's going to happen if they don't? Like, what the fuck did he go do?
That's a good question.
It's like that.
He cannot fuck with some people. He cannot fuck with some people. But when it comes to doing stuff, I mean, to be honest, when it comes to music, yeah, he can put you on. He can get you connected with other people. But it's hella other ways to become successful. I don't think Diddy interfered with people's career like that, maybe as much as he used to back in the day. I don't think
unless
Diddy really matter.
Put together a union, put together a slight hip hop union.
I feel like even like when you got big names boycotting the Grammys, like if you got like constantly you got big names boycotting the Grammys, I think eventually they'll have to get their act together. Like, cause didn't Jay-Z and Beyonce skip out one year? Didn't they miss out or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you got people like that, Jay-Z and Beyonce is like huge names. So if you got people like that that's not coming out because they feel like you're biased and stuff, eventually people want to start talking. Eventually the conversation will need to be had. That's what
why don't people respect Soul Train Awards and BT Awards with the same energy?
Man, when I looked up that Instagram link that you sent, bro, the first comment on there was some white dude that was just like, no one cares what you guys think. No one cares about hip hop because you're condoning just heathenistic and crazy bullshit. I'm like, y'all niggas really think this dumbass shit, don't you? But I think that's the biggest like thing. People really disassociate black like talent with overall talent or classical or something to be respected.
They just pay attention to what's on that mainstream radio shit.
Yeah.
Sure. That's all it really is. There's so much more talent out here that don't even get recognized on no platform, let alone somewhere like the Grammys.
That's fact.
Like if you talk about Macklemore beating Kendrick, it's like there's so many other artists that I would choose before Malcolm.
That's fact.
Period. That don't get radio play. That nobody, when people list their top 10, even regular people who say that they listen to rap or hip hop, you ask them they top 10. It's people that's outside of everybody's top 10 that's better than half the people that's in their top 10. That's still better than Malcolm. It just is what it is. But whether or not that they're going to count that is totally different. And to go further on your question of why people don't respect the Soul Train Awards or the BET Awards the same, I don't think that it carries the same weight no more. Like when people have conversation, nobody mentions the Soul Train Award. Like nobody's having real conversation about that. Nobody's talking about watching it. Like even when it comes on, like you watch it maybe, but it's not like a thing no more. You know what I mean? Even the BET Awards now is starting to become just like this
Y'all
The last
remember?
joint was lit. The last joint was
But
lit.
y'all
Offset
remember?
broke down dancing and
Listen,
shit.
listen,
I mean,
man.
yeah,
Back
but
in the day, they used to be fighting at the
yeah,
BET
it
Yeah.
used to
all
be
types
What's
lit.
of
up with the
shit.
the Source Awards, bro? What happened to
Come on,
them?
man.
You
Yeah,
know,
what happened to the Source Awards?
Yeah, what happened to the Source Awards? We need that shit to come back.
like you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. I couldn't see anything. It's
Well,
kind of like Title. Like Title came out and it's dope or whatever, but Title isn't
mhm.
taking over Apple Music or iTunes no time soon.
Well,
Like it's
I
one of
think
those things.
it creates
Or
a
like
larger question.
Spotify.
It creates a larger question. Do y'all think that it's just that people put more value of a pat on the back from a white person opposed to
I mean,
like
of
getting a pat
course,
on the back from your own people? Why is
of
that
course.
though?
Cause that's what
I
gets in
don't
the
feel that
doors
way,
now.
man.
I
I don't
mean,
feel
we
that.
don't.
It's called socialization. That's what ends up happening. You like it's unconscious at this point. It's one of those things where
Bro,
it's just like if a white dude gets on TV and say something, you're less likely to question it. Versus a black dude get on TV, you're like, oh, okay, I gotta go Google it. Like it's one of those things. It's just unconscious.
I think it's changing with Trump though. The fact that Trump is in office now and looking at all his supporters that have millions of people now, you question what white people say when they say some shit. You like, man, get the fuck out of here with this
George,
stupid
I
ass
don't think
shit.
you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to say that,
I
George.
can say that shit. I can say that shit.
Yeah,
I'm very tactical in my words.
What you about to say, Ty?
I disagree, man. I just feel like if it was like if it was like a black institution that was like about their stuff and not on BS and not fights breaking out at the wars and stuff and was really reputable, then I think people would appreciate that pat on the back. You know what I mean? Like if it was some real stuff and not like BET, like come on now, BET though. Like all the coonery and buffoonery that comes on that network. I mean, come on now.
Chill.
Like it's a caricature of black
Black
people.
entertainment,
Come
bro.
on now.
Black entertainment, baby. Black
Man, no,
power.
man.
Come
People
on,
don't
son.
even. No, no. Like if it was something reputable, then maybe. Like even the TV One Awards. I like the TV One Awards. You can't
Do
tell me
you?
nothing about it. Yeah, the TV One Awards is pretty lit.
I guess.
Y'all don't watch those?
Mm,
Can see the
it's
gift.
like a gospel one,
Can see
right?
the
Man,
gift. Can
I
see
mean,
the gift.
it's kind of like soulful. God dang, y'all messed up.
It's like the diabetes of award shows. But
I don't watch the Grammys though either. I don't really fuck with award shows
Yeah.
like that. But I watched the last BET Awards though.
I watched the MTV Awards. I watched the MTV Awards. They
the
usually
Video
be-
Music Awards.
the video music awards usually be lit. That's another one that I feel like is kind of reputable too. The MTV
Yeah.
Awards are pretty big, and they're not
True.
biased at all.
All right, man. I mean, I do hope the Grammys change. I think you would be really stupid to not view that hip hop is obviously the main music that's moving the globe today. Obviously. So hey, I hope the Grammys change. We'll see. I mean, if not, I would be interested to see a boycott on behalf of celebrities. That'd be really interesting. And I think they owe Ari Lennox a Grammy. They bullshitting.
They definitely do.
How did Lizzo get a Grammy before Ari Lennox? That's crazy to me. But let's move on, fellas.
Ari Lennox got that fucking apparatus on her face, bro. She be inhaling like clearing out rooms, cuz like her
Ari
shit.
Lennox
That's
is
why
the
she don't
truth,
got
bro.
one, yo. She be pissing me off
She
with
the
that fucking
truth,
nose.
bro. But she the truth though, son.
I feel
Like,
like
she the truth,
her
bro. She
little
don't have-
attitudes she be catching with people. Like if you're a celebrity, understand that niggas gonna try you regardless. Understand
That's
niggas go
true.
cook you. So stop acting. Don't feed into it and be the angry little black chick and try to be snapping on people and doing dumb stuff.
Man, you gotta
And
give
she ain't
people time to
and
grow,
she ain't cute
son.
enough to be fucking around like talking about who she ain't
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
being caught with and all of those stuff.
I think Ari Lennox bad, bro.
I think everything
Naturally
until you
bad.
get to her face, yeah. She a butterface for sure.
That's fucked up, George. Just on record.
I don't
now.
care. It's on record. I'm not trying to break into the industry, nigga. I'm not
Yeah,
here.
you in LA, man. I'm just trying
I
to.
don't
make
care
sure,
what the
bro.
fuck she gonna do.
I don't know, man.
She gonna
All
pull
right,
up.
fellas. Next topic. Let's go ahead and move on. Eminem, man. Music to be murdered by. Quite the title for an album. I heard the album. My thoughts is I think it's his best production that I've heard in an Eminem album. Period. And I've heard every one of Eminem's album. I think like beat choosing wise, he definitely did his thing. And I think he has some really, really, really interesting features. Like I'd never imagined Eminem featuring with Juice WRLD or Young M.A. I thought it was a pretty solid album. And if I'm being honest, Young, I know Ty gonna disagree with this. I think it's Eminem is sharp as he's ever been. Like flow wise, his verses are awkward, sure, but
Oh my
I think
God.
his technical ability is unmatched. Like his punchlines could be.
Listen.
Hold on. His punchlines could be considered corny to some degree, and that's typical Eminem. But I just think like flow wise, the way he articulates
Right,
all his
right.
words,
When
the
you
way he's
say,
spitting, it's the best he's ever
listen,
been.
best at what? When you say technical ability,
Best
you mean
at technical ability.
his technical ability, his ability to say words. That's what you're saying.
No, his
That
ability and speed
not
to
to
put
rap.
together
That's not.
lines.
But
Yeah,
listen. But you
that's a
listen.
rap. What do you mean? That's rap. What are you
Listen.
talking about?
Listen. What you do is because you like fast rap. That's your thing. So of course
I
you want
think
to say
it's a
that.
good. It's a
You think
gift.
it's a
It's a
skill.
gift.
You think it's a skill. It's
I
not really,
do,
bro. I mean,
nigga. Who rapping like Twister then?
bro. Who cares, bro? Nobody cares.
What
though.
you mean? Who cares? That's a
That shit,
skill.
that's a skill, but that's one skill. You
Can
can't
you
say
rap fast like
because
Twister?
you
Can
can't
you
just
rap
say
fast?
because you
Can
rap
you rap
fast.
fast like Twister?
Yes, bro, it's easy, bro. We've done it
Bullshit,
before.
bro.
We've done songs,
Bullshit.
bro.
Bullshit.
I ain't
Listen,
gonna lie. I'm trying to hear you rap like Twister right now.
bro. I
You
can't,
hear me? You hear
I'm
me?
just trying to see you.
bro. Listen,
You hear me?
bro, if you know, it's so easy, bro. If you could memorize a Twister verse, you could rap like Twister, bro. If you
First
memorize
of
a
all,
Twister verse,
bro, all right, you're a rapper, right? You're a
yes.
rapper.
But what I'm
You
saying, no,
know.
listen, you
Hold
put
on,
too
hold on,
much
bro. No,
weight
you
on
cut me
this.
off, son. Hold on, son. You know how many words you have to write to rap fast. That's not just a typical
But
16,
so
bro.
what though?
What you mean? So how
That's
can you
not the
say so
only
what to
skill.
that?
Because you can't just say because you can rap fast, you're the
It's not
best.
the only skill. It's not the only
Listen,
skill.
if your punchlines are corny, your songs are corny. If
It's all
everything else is
corny.
corny and all you can do is rap
Bruh.
fast, that's not the goal.
Here's my Eminem argument. This is my Eminem argument that I give everybody. If you have two rappers, rapper A and rapper B, right? And rapper A can do what rapper B does, rapper B can't do what rapper A does. Rapper A is clearly superior. No one can do what Eminem does.
But listen, but he can't do what everybody else do and make hot songs. What are
Bullshit.
you talking about? He doesn't.
Bullshit.
None of his songs are hot.
But Ty,
I got a high pitched voice talking to you right now, bro.
Ty, what kind of music is Eminem supposed to make, and who he's making it for? So
this is the thing. This is the thing I'm saying.
Right.
Listen, this is the only thing I'm saying. I'm saying you can say he's a good rapper. You can say, okay,
good?
I like
really?
Eminem.
Good?
I like Eminem. But the thing is, if you sitting here telling me because he can rap fast, he's the best rapper, he's the GOAT.
It's not just rapping fast, bro.
When he was younger,
he was
way more creative. When he was younger, he was way more creative. He had way more to say. The shit he's saying now is corny, bro. And you keep condoning this old man rapping. He's 7 years old, bro. It's memes going around.
You think he should retire?
100%. I think he should retire. I think he should just. The thing is, he's being greedy now. You're trying to just money grab for your legacy. Like you was the.
Ain't no fucking money grab. He got bread, bro. It's for culture.
Bro, the culture don't want it, bro. The culture do not want. You see the.
I like the album, bro. I like the album.
Out of the four of us, you like the album. Who else liked the album?
I didn't hear, but I would prefer. I would prefer he came for features randomly, not doing a whole album.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Like I think that. I don't think it's about a money thing, especially like I don't think it's a money thing. But at the same time, like we have a whole nother. Even though he kind of came out in our generation, he's still of a whole other generation from us. Like the generation before us definitely respect and appreciate the album much more than we do, just because of the type of music that we grew up on. And to comment on something Ty said about like the whole double time rap thing, like that's popular right now. If you could double time, rap, with multiple words, endless words in a bar phrase or whatever, that seems to be the skill that people are saying. Okay, if you can do that, then you're good or whatever the case may be. But if it's corny, then it's corny. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not easy. It's not easy to do, bro.
It is easy to do.
So who you think is a better rapper?
Double time rap.
Jay-Z and Eminem. Jay-Z and Eminem right now.
Why are you doing this right now?
I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna say Eminem. I've never been a Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, bro.
Okay.
I've never been a Jay-Z fan, but I'm gonna tell you why. Only because Jay-Z.
I'm gonna say
when it comes to how much he's known and how much we respect, I think a lot of it is just like his career is what people are respecting, not so much his lyrics. Like I don't believe in his lyrics like that.
No way.
Come on, bro.
I'm serious.
Bro,
I feel like he's been put where he's at.
I don't even want to compare the two, bro, because I classify rappers with the best in what they do, and like Eminem is the best at what he does.
What does he do?
Jay-Z is the best at what he does.
But what does he do?
It's not just rap fast, bro. He's creative, bro. He puts together very clever lines. Sometimes they're corny, but sometimes they're very clever. Bro, his rhyme scheme when he's rhyming syllables is unmatched, bro. Unmatched.
Kendrick Lamar's a better rapper.
Kendrick Lamar is a better rapper, yeah. By far.
Kendrick Lamar's a
That shit.
better rapper than
I don't
Eminem.
think. You know what I think? You know what I think? I don't think Kendrick Lamar would agree with that statement.
I know he
I
would.
mean, out of
because the
respect, he
legacy.
wouldn't.
No,
That's out of respect. That has nothing to do with.
And that's only because he worked with Dre. If he was from the East Coast, he'd say, "Yeah, I'm better than Eminem." I'm
Nah.
100% better.
Nah.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Who's Eminem?" Like 100%.
Did you, but Ty, did you even hear the album, sir?
Bro, I turned the album on, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I listened to like 3 songs and cut that shit off, bro. That shit
Trash,
was
bro. You got
trash,
skin
bro.
through.
No,
You got
bro,
great
that
production on that
shit
shit.
It's not as bad as that. It's not as bad as what you giving it for real.
Bro, because I just
For
know
real, bro.
listen, bro, I had a very, bro, when we was in high school, bro, I rapped on the stand beat. I used to love Eminem, bro. That used to be one of my favorite
He
rappers, bro.
fire.
Yeah, he used to
Fire.
be fire.
Used to be.
But
Nah,
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like he coming out and he embarrassing himself and he tarnishing his legacy
Chill.
with his mediocre music. It's
Chill.
really hurting my feelings. So I don't even want to hear Eminem like this. It's like, nigga, you 47, bro. Now Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time because he aged well and he can make albums that
He
still
still
hit
can make
hard.
albums and
He still
songs.
make albums
Yeah.
that hit hard, that make you think, that's still relevant to his life.
I
You know what I mean?
guess,
He not
man.
coming out rapping about trapping no more because he don't trap. He talking about getting money, making businesses. That's what he's talking about.
Talk about marrying
is
his wife.
corny. Eminem is corny, bro. It's just corny to me.
I couldn't see my I agree wholeheartedly with what Ty's saying right now. Like, I feel like he should just go ahead and stop and, if he still want. I'm not saying he shouldn't make music. I mean, he still is somewhat creative, but this album, there was no real creativity. He hurting and he put it on an album. It just is.
But it was great songs. Would you agree that it was great songs? Like,
I wouldn't say
mostly.
I've only heard
Mostly.
one great song. The rest of them were like relatively good, maybe.
Did you like the features?
The features was alright.
Man, stop trying to put Eminem on people, man.
The features was alright.
I'm an Eminem disciple, bro.
Some of them surprised me. Like you said, the Juice WRLD,
sure.
the Young M.A joints, like that surprised me. But in terms of great, like the only great song that I heard so far, I think I got like 4 more tracks to go. But the only great song I heard so far was the ones that had like actual great people on it. So like the one song that's called "Ya Ya." He got Black Dog.
I ain't like that.
Nah. See what I'm saying? And that's to me is one of the greatest songs on. Like the greatest song on that whole time. Like the rest of them were just like, once he got off all of those drugs, all of his creativity kind of just like went away.
Chill, bro. That's not true.
It just is what it is. Like
bro,
after he stopped talking about super drug use and he stopped talking about like, like and those killing people bars was just like, okay, it rhymes, so it was tight. Like, nah.
No, he was bro. He was
As
releasing.
I got older and started
It's called
listening to
relapse, bro. It's called relapse. He was releasing his inner demons, bro. Let him heal, bro.
I'm letting him heal. It just don't sound good on music. I'm letting him heal however he feels.
3 a.m. in the morning. That shit was fire, bro.
I just don't think that on this album, like you said, I agree with the instrumentation, the beat selection, fire. It's
fire.
Yeah.
Nah, I should take notes. Nah, I should definitely take notes.
Fire.
Are you crazy? Stop disrespecting.
Nah, this is a terrible beat.
No. When it comes to beats, I love Nas. Nas is one of my favorite artists. When it comes to beat selection,
he's a terrible beat picker, bro.
No, he's not.
Like he's real. He'll miss a lot before he hit.
It's just boom bap, man. Y'all just gotta understand.
Nah, I understand. I understand.
Boom bap beats. You could pick some fire boom bap beats, but Nas, I don't know who he got picking his beats.
Nas is a better rapper than Eminem.
But Nas is definitely a better rapper than Eminem.
I'm not about to do all that.
By far.
I'm not gonna do that.
By far.
It's 100%
Without the double time, without the fast rapping, without all of that.
Do you think
they all go?
Nah.
I'm not answering that question. They all ghost to me. I'm not answering that question.
Because you can't reasonably put Eminem be above any of these people. So you can't say he the GOAT.
Comment. I plead the fifth.
Exactly. So you can't be the GOAT. I
plead the fifth.
Okay.
Whatever, man.
You must work for Eminem. He must be a shady. He's a shady intern.
Shady Records. Hey, man. All right, man. I personally think Eminem is as sharp as he's ever been technically, on a technical ability standpoint. When I hear him spit, I'm like, yo, he's articulating every single word. He's rhyming syllables, 3-syllable words. Like, that's incredible. So I personally think he shouldn't stop rapping. He should continue to get better. He just needs to make better music all around, I think. Like, I think he just focused too much on technical ability. That's his downfall, in my opinion. But let's move on. Let's move on to a man's perspective. I got two questions from women. We get y'all thoughts on it. And I'll go last, obviously. The first question is this: what do you fellas define as a situationship, right? And also, what are your views on the situationship? Are you okay with it? Do you typically avoid them? So I'll go ahead and pass it to George. What you think?
So first, I mean, I can't really speak on like, do I avoid them or not if I'm not in a situationship or whatever. It's not what I'm looking for, you know. So I can't really be like, oh yeah, I look for them.
Start with definition. Start with definition.
Okay, so like yeah, so basically, I think a situationship is something that comes about when neither party really know what they're looking for, and they fine with whatever. So you just end up, you know, you get feelings of a relationship, you get actions of a relationship, but y'all don't really owe each other shit to as far as faithfulness. But for some reason, y'all don't step out on each other or whatever. But you could if you wanted to.
Exclusive dating without limits, though. You could.
Yeah.
You could. Okay.
So
that'd be my definition too. Like exclusive dating without labels, pretty much. That's it.
Do you think a situationship happens naturally, or it's actually a conversation you would have with the woman, or in Ty's case, the man?
I mean,
both, nigga.
That caught me off guard.
Yo, it happens. It happens either way. In most cases, the first way you say it just happens naturally. The other cases is just like friends with benefits, and y'all just like, you know, this is just what we doing.
Yeah, I think it just happened naturally. Like you just like being around that person. After a while, you're like, oh damn, like I'm only talking to this person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's something you should really talk about because that's what you do in relationships.
Yeah.
I think everybody has long-term goals that they want for a relationship or situation or whatever. So when it comes to a situationship, like as long as whatever y'all end goals is known, then I think it's whatever. But obviously don't stay in something that's clearly going to be a situationship forever. If you know your goal is X, Y, Z, because a nigga don't care, like the nigga or one party don't care what the fuck your end goal is.
Can you be in a relationship with a girl? Let's say you're talking to a girl and you kind of want to be with her, but she kind of just chilling right now, so she's fine with the situationship. Would that be okay in your book?
You said the girl wants a situationship?
No. So you kind of want to be with her, but she's kind of chill off the situationship. She's kind of okay with that situation for the moment. How would you feel about that?
Again, if I'm still knocking it down. Correct. That's what I'm hearing.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. So okay. So if I'm still knocking it down, then I won't really care. But if I'm actually looking for something, then I'm gonna just probably move on from it. I'm gonna still be knocking it down until I get something else that's consistent. But I'm not about to. I don't trip over nobody.
I just feel like everybody. I'm like a hippie. I just feel like everybody should just go with the flow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm a hippie, man. Just peace and love, man. Just go with the flow, man. If it's a situation, man, then just do your thing. Don't try to rush a relationship on her. Her don't try to rush a relationship on you. Just go with the vibes, man. That's how me and my girl did. Yeah. You know, we literally never sat down and said, "Hey, are you gonna be my girlfriend?" Boy,
so how old is everybody? Like 29, 28?
Yeah, I'm 30.
30? 29, bro.
So like I'm not gonna say I'm running into this problem, but my family members all had kids, like, or not really married, all had kids or whatever. Hella not young, but before 22 or whatever I should say.
Me too.
So yeah, so in my family, I'm late, yo. I'm like way behind schedule. So some people view my age as like, nigga, why you ain't got kids, settle down, blah blah blah. Like you got a career, like why you don't do X, Y, Z. So I can understand some people like feeling like they need to rush something. So I won't say rush something. I think you just need to find somebody on the same speed, internal speed as you.
Yeah.
So.
Don't let
y'all think situations can be toxic? Y'all think situationships can possibly be toxic? And Doc, you've been quiet on this, but I've been watching you, bro. You've been mad.
Any relationship could be toxic. Friendships can be toxic.
The person is the toxic one. The people are toxic. So
yeah. So I feel like any relationship, human relationship between two people can be toxic.
Human?
You have a toxic.
You say human?
You're funny.
What kind of relationships you know about?
You and that sex doll in your closet.
Hey,
So,
I think no,
but I think any relationship can be toxic. Like, you got a toxic mother, a toxic brother. So, like George said, it's like more about the person. I would say.
Oh, and his mic is gone. Doc, what you got? What you got?
As I sit here now, I just think it's a retarded term. I don't like the term.
Situationship.
Yeah, I think it's a retarded term. I think it's like you're just trying to put a term to something that is termless. Like you're just friends and y'all do whatever it is that y'all doing or whatever it is, and you know, somebody just wanted to put a word to it. I don't know.
Right.
I couldn't see myself phrasing, especially how y'all are wording it right now. I couldn't see myself calling that something like, oh, okay, we're cool. Okay, we just doing whatever. I'm kind of like how Ty say, like, hippie about it. Like, if the vibe is there, then,
Exactly. Why even talk about it? Just
why
go with
talk
the
about
flow.
it? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then if it ends up becoming a problem with one or the other, where they may one of them may be talking to somebody else or whatever, then one party has a problem with it, then that's a conversation. But outside of that, why
Hmm.
call it anything?
There you go.
Like why call it?
Yeah.
Why say the term situation? Shit like that just sounds like forced. I don't know. Like you just
Yeah.
trying to call it. You trying to
Yeah. You
give it
try
a
to call it
label.
something. You try to
Yeah,
call it
Hold
something,
on.
right?
like
Can
it
y'all hear
just
me? Yeah.
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 now I can't.
All right.
But
So I mean, my thoughts is this. Like, oh, go ahead, Doc.
nah, you're fine. Like yeah, I think that's
I mean, I think they happen naturally. I don't think people normally have a conversation. I think you just be kicking it with somebody. Maybe you was dating and you just really fuck with that person, so you kind of be on some relationship without saying it, type shit. Um, I do think it could be dangerous if one person is not looking for a relationship and this other person is kind of getting that vibe from it. I do think it could be dangerous in that situation. But I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I think it could be healthy. I think it could grow into something. You could build a foundation with somebody while you're in a situationship.
Definitely.
Um, yeah, you could definitely build a strong foundation, a good relationship
see
cause
the
you
problem is
grow.
people don't know how to be friends no more. Like
Facts,
from the very
facts,
beginning, it
Mm.
just be off some I'm just trying to
facts,
have
bruh.
sex or whatever the case may be or whatever the case is. Like
Facts, nigga.
don't nobody know how to create real connections no more. Don't know, and then that's basically because don't nobody be talking about shit. Don't nobody be really. Just don't nobody be about nothing no more.
Don't
Like
have
Today
no
is a little
substance,
different
bro.
though. Like you don't
Don't
even
have no
have to have these
substance.
connections with people though. Like we grew up, like you grow up in school. We got cell phones in the middle of like our adolescence, but now you don't
I
gotta be
mean,
by a
even with
motherfucker to
that, bro,
really
like that
knock some
should
shit
be
down.
that should make it better, quite honestly. Because now you can communicate whenever. But the
You
problem
can
is people don't know
FaceTime
how
and
to
I mean,
shit.
it's a
communicate.
Mm.
thing. Like people nowadays are using social media wrong. Like we used to use social media
I
and they're gonna
agree.
meet up with people
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
we used to use it to set up things when we was younger. Now people just sit on social media and just like pictures
And
all
post
day
it.
long. Don't
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
It's this one
yeah.
girl I follow. All she do is post pictures inside the same room
Well,
every day.
let me.
Like I
You
swear to
funny as
God,
We
shit.
need
don't
to
go
bring back the
nowhere,
top
nothing.
friends, bro.
Allow
Bring
her
back the
picture.
Well,
top eight.
hold on.
Right.
Let me top 8. You
Bring back the
funny as
top
shit.
eight.
Facts.
You funny as shit. So hold on. Let me ask y'all a question then to stem from this. Why do y'all think we don't have the ability to be friends? Two questions. Why y'all think we don't have the ability to be friends no more? And do y'all think it's possible to have a completely platonic relationship with a female that you're interested in?
It won't last long.
That don't even make sense. That was like a contradiction statement. A
Yeah, I
platonic
agree.
relationship with a
Somewhat,
female we're
somewhat,
interested in.
Yeah, no.
somewhat. You know
So
what I'm
no.
saying? But keep it platonic. Keep it platonic though.
It's
But
not
I
gonna
mean,
stay platonic. If the
yeah, it's
connection is
not.
really there, it's not gonna stay that way.
Yeah, no, that's not
Especially with
even
two single people, it's not gonna
exactly
stay that way.
for what. There's no need for it
Yeah,
to stay
right,
that way.
exactly. That's the part. Like,
But that's
why
that's
would you?
that's for somebody who's like scared of commitment. I guess that's like she just don't want to be with you. She just want to
Friend
be
I'm
zone
with
scared of
your
you.
ass.
commitment, man. I'm
You
scared
scared?
of commitment.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Haha. Haha. Ho ho. Next question, fellas. Hey man, next question. This is really interesting. I can't wait to hear your opinions on this. Um, what do you feel, or what are your thoughts on your wife, girlfriend, significant other making more money than you and being the breadwinner?
Hey man, it is what it is. We out here getting money. I mean, you said significant.
He said we out here getting money.
Hey man, it is what it is. If we a team and we like that, you know what I mean. Then me personally, I can't do it because I feel like I just always feel like the man got to be able to,
Oh, you got
get the
that
money.
pride. Oh,
But
you
that's
acting
just
up.
Nah, I had a dad who did that shit. You know, my dad was out there. You know, he went out and
Yeah,
whatever we need, he went out there and got it. Like just like that. Like I'm talking about
free
like
my man's, free
yeah,
my son.
free my pops. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? He went out and got it. So I just feel like as a man, you just gotta step up and go out and
Yeah.
get it. If you may have to just put a little bit more out and do what you gotta do, but you gotta be able to be the breadwinner.
Yeah,
Like
I don't care, but some women view who makes the most money as who relieves the relationship. And let me tell you right now, that shit ain't what's popping over here. So technically
See,
speaking, my girl salary wise, like the amount it says she makes in a year is more than I make in a year until
damn
this until
George.
until until this May when I get this promotion. In which case I'm back
That
on top.
Space Force life.
But
That
but
Space Force
until
shit. Let's
anyway, so
go.
but
you want to do
technically,
space force?
but so she makes more from a standpoint of base salary or whatever. But I make
Yeah.
more as far as when I bring it home because obviously being in the military, we don't pay taxes on all the, on the whole thing or whatever. But she does not have good financial literacy when it comes to her money anyway. So she has this much, but she may not actually act like use it correctly. So we often have these fights when I'm trying to tell her about, oh, you know, you should do it this way instead of this or whatever third, and then we end up bumping heads about money or whatever. So I still think even if they make more, they need to be able to respect opinions on that money. So I think when it comes to who makes more in a relationship, I think the real question is like, how is your relationship running as far as finances? Like, how do y'all do money in your relationship? Don't It really shouldn't matter who makes more. It's how y'all using money in your relationship
Exactly.
for stuff.
Yeah.
So
Y'all normally have a joint bank account with y'all significant others? I had one with my wife, my ex-wife.
I mean, I feel like if you're married, then you should. But
yeah,
I mean, me and my girl, we pretty much just share money on Cash App all day anyway. It's pretty much like a joint big account. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
you know,
I feel like
I believe in the shared account. I think if I was to be married, I'm expecting us both to automatically have like, you know, when you set up your allotments from your job, 50% from both of our shit automatically go into one shared account. The rest of
Mm-hmm.
it is whatever. Like
that's dope.
you don't like think about it, and then you guys debate on that pool of money how to pay for bills. And if it's something for some reason that pool of money doesn't cover, then that's when you can be like, oh, I'll cover cable and you take water or you know, whatever it is. But I think you're
Super
supposed to have
smart.
that separate shit like that. But that's enough so that you don't need to be concerned about how much they're making. You guys can see how much y'all make from this
Together.
50% from
There you
each year
go.
together.
There you go. George, you're a smart dude, man.
Yeah, I be doing money stuff.
What you getting promoted to?
Huh? Well, no, like you know, you get promotions every so often. So you know, at 2 year mark, I get promoted to first lieutenant. So
Oh yeah.
the
Hey, let's
guarantee.
go.
And then two
First
years more,
lieutenant
that's captain
MD.
money, and I'm back in DC making dumb
Hey,
bread.
let's go. Let's go. We
Dang,
lit. Doc, what's your
man.
thoughts, Doc?
Uh, it can work. Um, I don't necessarily have an issue with it. My whole thing is just kind of how Ty say, like, if you can't, or I want somebody say, you can't. If she make more, she still gotta be open to listen to what to do with it. Most of my experience is most most women don't have that financial literacy, finance management thing down. You know what I'm saying? That tends to be the masculine side, like, or the male side. They'll come in with more of that, where it's like they kind of just spend on whimsical and shopping and all of that jazz. But
I
it
mean,
is what
I agree, but I think
Oh
obviously,
man, nah, man.
I know what he's
yeah,
saying. Women are used to, not used to. Some of them obviously not. Some of them have whatever.
yeah.
Are used to
Some
being
do. I'm
like,
not saying
are used to being like helped. So like a girl might know her bill costs X amount of
Oh
dollars, but
wow.
she won't see in her head that
Hey,
maybe this
fellas.
dude gave
Hey,
her
guys.
200 this month.
I'm
Maybe this
not
whatever
talking
gave her
about
that, and she'll get adjusted to thinking she's
mm-mm.
handling her stuff, not actually looking at other people. I think a dude,
Hey,
if a
guys.
dude stop, no, listen for real. You gotta stop. If you stop saying shit, then people will start to think like, okay, yeah, that is accurate. I did actually get help this month. I did actually get this. But a dude be like, man, I had to go to this nigga for help. I had to ask this or whatever. And he'll remember that. He'll know he's not taking care of his shit. But a woman would think that, oh, if I got a little help, that's still me handling my shit. And that's why they get used to and
Yeah.
accustomed to not
Mm,
thinking whatever it is. But like I said, that's not
And
everybody, but it is a good share of women that love to think they're
yeah, for
handling
sure.
something, but in
I have an
reality, they're
inflammatory
not.
question. I have an inflammatory question. Do y'all think that men are better with financial literacy than women? I'm not answering it, but I just want to hear y'all thoughts.
Especially today. Yeah,
I'm not answering that shit either.
I'm answering it.
Nigga,
Today,
I'll answer.
yeah.
It's like, see, if y'all stop acting like it's a problem to answer these
Right.
questions, to have an
I ain't
opinion,
answering it, bro.
then it
You
won't be a
good,
problem.
I
cuz.
don't. But
The answer,
see, this is the thing. Though.
I ain't got shit to do with that question.
Listen, me personally, I don't think anybody is better than anybody at doing anything, and that's just how I feel. Like I legit feel like that. I don't feel like men are better or women are better. I just feel like because I've seen women on their stuff and know can account for every penny and don't play around.
Yeah,
Stuff
but
like
that's
that.
not the same
Yeah.
as being financially illiterate, though. That's just them accounting for their money.
Right.
Yeah, you know you pick up, but are you actually saving? Are you actually reaching a goal? That kind of
that's
stuff.
what I'm
Like,
saying. I know women like that though. You know what I mean? And I know dudes. And I know dudes. Come on now. I know dudes.
And I know niggas that got bread that don't know what to do with it. They just put it under
yeah,
their mouth.
it's just niggas. Yeah,
I'm not saying that
I'm
the
saying
both
when it
sides
comes
don't
to
happen, but the question
when it
was
comes to handling
in terms
money.
of mass. No,
Yeah, it's dudes. It's dudes, bro. Dudes, I think
I've
do
seen
that.
people equally. I've seen people equally f up stuff financially.
Let me ask you this. I'm actually this way. If you were hit, if you can pick any female you want, like that you know, whatever, immediate family, significant other, whatever. You were hit with a $5,000 emergency. Are you going to handle that $5,000 emergency better than that female would? Whether it's coming up with it, whether it's handling the implications of realizing, damn, I'm $5,000 in the hole, anything.
Okay, so.
Well, I think females are naturally more emotional in that situation.
Well, no, because I got
thinking logistic wise.
I got an aunt that she's about her money. Like I think she'll handle it a lot better than me. I think she'll handle it a lot.
That's because your aunt has the money. I'm talking about in general $5,000 boom out of nowhere in your family. Yeah, I'm talking about in your immediate family, like y'all household.
Oh, okay.
Y'all household. Would you, the man, be able to handle that either emotionally, actually getting the money better, or would the female in the family actually?
You know what, George, you've made your point. But what I'm gonna say is, I agree with Darius. I'm not gonna agree with George, but you've made your point. But I'm gonna agree with Darius and say that a lot of times women are emotional, and a lot of times that kind of stands in the way of them, being able to solve a problem. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man.
Bullshit.
That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. I mean, because, like I said,
everybody knows somebody, whichever sex that it is, that's on top of their shit. My aunt is an accountant. She do all of that and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I got another aunt. She go with her money. I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, in terms of real management, like there's a difference between knowing where all of your pennies are, like how much you make, making sure your bills are paid, and having your, excess at the end of the month. That's okay. That's you being responsible. That's one thing. Versus
so are you saying are you saying being able to manage, like being able to, okay. So I would say I'm
knowing
really
what
good.
to do with that extra.
I'm really good. This is what I'm saying. I'm really good with whatever I have. I'm really good with surviving with it. Like I'm really good with surviving with whatever I got, no matter how much money it is. And I'm going to survive, and that's the way I was born. Now I've been with females before that'll be down to what I have and be like, or let's say I'm broke. I'm down to my last couple of bucks. I will be able to survive. I'll be able to get 2 weeks with that. Now, somebody else I know, like a female, for example, like I said, she'll be real emotional. She'll be like, oh, no, I can't. You know what I mean? And I would have to step in and probably like, yo, we can do it this way. Now, I would say that. Yeah. I say, and surviving, I feel like men can survive a little bit better. Like,
I'm going to say it two ways. I'm going to say in that way is what I'm talking about. And I'm saying a dude, like you, Doc, Darius, me, are you closer to being broke or are you closer to being a millionaire? Like which days are you like is like how do I word, like is fate gonna get you closer to being broke or closer to being a millionaire in one day? And is that closer for you than it would be for a female? That's what I'm saying.
I'm not answering that. I mean, I ain't answering that.
I feel like I could get out here and become a millionaire.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's a wrong decision. Is one wrong decision going to put you in destitution? Is that like or what?
No. I have a
I
savings
always
account.
got
Like
backup
who's
plans, man.
closer, a woman or a man, to be in to straight up destitution from one wrong
That's the
financial
one.
decision?
That's the question I'm not answering. That's the question I'm not
You ain't
answering.
answering shit, Darius. Just be over there.
Yeah.
My girl is right here, sir.
Exactly.
Okay.
See?
Hey.
Who make more, Darius? You or your girl?
Dang.
Wow.
I
Probably
mean-
her right now.
Oh, your girl right now. You see how you worded that? Because he coming for it. She got plans. He don't like how that sounds. He don't like how that sounds or whatever. But he ain't about to, you know.
Hey yo.
He don't like how that sounds.
Oh,
See,
man.
Darius agreeing with me.
Right
He just
now.
won't
I
say
ain't
it.
know it was like that, Darius. That's why you talking so low. That's why you talking
Yeah, he
so
been
I
low.
ain't
whispering
saying
and
no, I
shit.
got no comments.
He's
I
like,
plead the fifth, man. I plead the fifth.
she got
That's why he ain't
she got
answering
the
no
money.
questions. Right.
Y'all
She
funny.
said she gonna buy me
Y'all
this
funny. Y'all got
PS5
jokes?
this November. So
Y'all got jokes.
over here.
Fact.
I do need that PS5 though. But anyways, y'all got jokes. Y'all got jokes. All right, man. Doc, anybody's got any more thoughts on this? We can move to my Alright, so boom. If you ain't got no further thoughts. No, we good. All right, so boom. My Alright, so boom, man. I find this hypothetical situation really interesting. I'm very curious to hear our thoughts on it. So let's say y'all dating a girl, right? It's been 6 months, been doing, going really well. Y'all been going out and shit. Y'all spending a lot of time together. And let's say at the 6-month mark, you find out that she has been hiding the fact that she has 2 children. 2. How do you proceed going further at that point? And just to add a little bit of context, she's been hiding it because in her experience, a lot of men don't want to deal with women who have children already, and she really didn't want to fuck it up with you. And although she's not particularly a liar, she thought it best to reveal it at a point where y'all are more solid.
You know how many lies she had to layer up to hide 2 kids? It ain't like a simple like,
Hey, man.
there's so many things
Hey,
throughout a
man.
day. Like, how old are these fucking kids? Like, we haven't been
Let's
smashing
just shoot
because
some
I haven't
ages
seen
out.
no
We
stomach.
shoot some ages out. We say one is 10 and one is 5. Whatever.
10 and 5. She ain't hiding that shit, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
10 and 5.
What you mean, bro?
10 and
For
5.
the sake of this hypothetical situation, she's done well at hiding it. She always has a solidified babysitter. You've never got any inclination that there was
and nobody
Never went over the house.
I've never asked her, and she's never
Maybe
literally
when you went to the house 6 months. Maybe when you went to the house, she had the kids at a babysitter.
I think she crazy.
You didn't notice.
It's no way you hide 2 kids for 6 months in 2020.
All right, man. It's a hypothetical situation. Just go with the
And
flow.
hypothetically, I must be fucking retarded because there's no way you're hiding fucking 2 kids.
You don't see no
without no time.
screensavers of them or nothing. You don't see none on her Facebook, nothing.
But at
There's
this
no
point, if
kids.
you're hiding 2 kids
None of that.
and I don't
think she
know, then
crazy.
I can't even
I
fucking be
honestly-
mad at you because I'm fucking stupid. So
No,
I'm
I-
just
yeah,
so
I-
I'm
Y'all gonna
sticking
keep talking to her? Y'all
No.
keep talking to her, or do y'all break it
Hell
off?
nah. I break it off. I'm real honest. I'm real honest, straight up front about my kids. So
His
I feel like
face
you try,
was so
Nah, bro.
disgusted, yo.
like no, bro, because you
Yo,
come on,
bullshit.
bro. Come on, bro. Nah, bro.
You know.
You don't deny your kids.
Yeah, because that's another thing. You're denying your kids, and you are now acting like your kids are a problem, and you wanna hide this problem over here until
You had-
you
hold
until
on,
you
time
think
out.
you hook
Listen.
somebody.
Listen to what you were saying. You had these kids, and now you're trying to hide them so you can, like, basically false advertise to get a man, and then spring it up on them 6 months later.
6
That means
months.
you're untruthful.
Absolutely not, bro. Like,
No.
and then you know what's happening. You be like, oh, you a dog. That's all you care about is whatever.
And then for this
I'm like, bitch.
hypothetical and I have kids, so that means in this hypothetical question, I told you I had kids. So
Yeah.
you're really a liar.
Nah, that's wilding, bro. Ain't nobody about to.
Yeah, that's
ain't nobody doing all that. Anybody doing that?
One of the
She's
most
done for.
eye booms you had.
This is one of the wildest hours of booms you had, Doc.
I feel like it's been said. There's no way. Like, there's no way that somebody can have. Especially then you talking about 10 and 5. Like, even it doesn't even matter what age they are, quite honestly, unless they was like 18, out of the house and all that shit. She was older and all that. Okay, but young kids, there's no way. Like, I'm gonna ask, and if you lied, then you know what I'm saying about it. Then you're talking about the fact of it being 6, 8, whatever, how many months later, and then we find out, and then it's like, okay, like, what's the difference between that?
What if y'all really fuck with her hard though?
I mean, I'm not saying that I would necessarily end it right there. I'd be pissed though.
Be friends.
Like that's that's a crazy situation. Like I couldn't see I couldn't even imagine how I'd respond to that. Like
Break up. That's how I'd respond.
Yeah, be
I
friends,
don't
bro.
think
Yeah, go to
I
like, go
don't
ahead,
know.
roll
But
up.
y'all don't respect her fears, bro.
No,
Her
No.
fears are revealing
No.
to y'all.
No.
Shit.
no.
Damn. All
That's
right.
BS.
It would
All right
it would
then.
it would really be
Listen.
based on what the connection was. But
If
no,
you put finding a man before your kid, then I already know all I need to know about you.
Right.
that's facts too.
100%.
That's facts.
Well, all right
too.
then. Here's my thoughts. I don't know, man.
Corny ass
I
thoughts. Here they
think
come.
I think I think it would depend on the caliber of feelings that I have for her at the moment. I do understand the fear of getting kind of feeling like you're tarnished because you have children by somebody else and dating. So I do understand the fear, and
You
I
mean
have
the
empathy for it,
desperation? The desperation.
nigga. I relate. I not relate, but I have empathy for it. So I think it would really depend on the caliber of relationship that we have. But I think it can be forgivable. I think so. I think
I'm
so.
not fucking with any kids that I can't claim my motherfucking taxes. I promise
Well,
you that
God,
right now.
well, goddamn. Well,
Right now.
goddamn.
Hey man.
Well, goddamn.
Hey man, I just claimed mine. I'm waiting on that big.
Nigga getting
that big
10
cash.
racks.
Hey man,
10 racks.
I'm telling my business on the air.
Niggas be getting bread from kids. I'm about to have some next week. But anyways, man, that's my eyes so boom, man.
I 100%
Fellas,
believe it.
whatever, dog. Hey man, anybody got some open topics y'all want to shoot out, man? Hey, Half Woke on the way, by the way, should be out in February. We're gonna drop the link on the podcast for it.
I thought we was talking about oh go ahead.
What up?
No, go ahead, George.
I thought we was talking about Meghan Markle and shit.
Man, what y'all think about that?
What she do?
I think we should claim them as the United States royal family, to be honest. I think
Oh,
we
you
should
talking
come
about
over
your
here.
family moving out the house?
I'm not
Yeah.
very fond
Yeah.
of calling white people king and queen, so.
Well, she black.
She
Well,
black.
Yeah, you're right. They're gonna have black babies. It'll be royal black babies.
I mean, they could be
They
light
got a
skinned
black
as fuck.
baby. They already
But
got
yeah.
one.
That back. I take that back.
Could be light skinned as fuck, but at least we got
I
one
think
one
it's
black one.
interesting. I think it's interesting, but I think it just exposes the fact that having that system is very outdated. Like,
Yeah,
having
I
that
mean-
king
Oh, I
and
mean,
prince.
everybody
No,
knows that.
no,
They're just figures.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
yeah, I think they put too much into it. But I mean, even in Africa, they still have royal nation like the Zulu nation.
Yeah.
But it's that like you're a heir to the throne. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like, what if you don't want to do that shit?
The only reason they're
But
still
he wasn't the heir to the throne. He was like six in line.
Yeah, he's like six.
It was babies that was
because they go his brother and then they go his
Yeah.
uncle and then it's
Yeah,
whatever. But
like it was
Right.
babies. Like,
but
so
it's
he wasn't
it,
gonna be king
it's
no
it,
time
it,
soon.
it, it's not that they don't have any power. They just when they relinquish it to their legislator or whatever. But they kept all the wealth basically. They kept all like the gold, jewels, like money, homes, properties, and stuff. So that's why they're still relevant. But
They're not doing it properly. Is what it sounds like to me. Like
but I will say this.
if you have a king or queen type situation, you're supposed to be groomed for that from being young, like, and not just the ones who are, first in line, second in line, like how y'all said, it's supposed to be babies and all that shit. Like, if you're a royal family, you're supposed to treat yourself as such. And
Well, what they did, I think they did groom him and everything. I think
Yeah.
he just.
He
once
said, "Man,
got
I'm
with
tired
this-
of y'all niggas, bro."
Yeah, like once he got with this girl, he just didn't really like how they was kind of, I guess, treating him and everything. So he kind of stepped off, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he was like, "Man, fuck that, man." They had a fucking aunt coming there with a nigga brooch, like it had a black face that was like jeweled, and I was like, "Bitch, I will fucking stomp your shit the fuck out if I was you." But I will say this: Megan got the torch for sure, cause she told us she got this nigga to leave the house, riches, all that shit. It was like, "Fuck it, bro, we going to Canada, we going to the U.S." And he
That's
be
what they going to Canada.
He has yeah.
like her people's from like I think they're like living in Canada mostly, but I think they're moving to LA like after something. I forgot what they said. They're gonna come to LA after that.
He has a history of being ready to risk it all for black women though. So,
Oh yeah, he's about that life. He ain't playing that shit. And I love how he been shutting down media and stuff too. He ain't playing. Like, don't talk about my black
But
queen.
like I watched an interview with her, and she was talking about how it is being newly married and been in the position she's in, and she looked really distraught, bro. Like she was having a really hard time adjusting. So I think that like them leaving the throne or whatever the case may be, I think it stemmed definitely a lot from her. I don't know if it was him specifically, but it's definitely a lot from her.
Well, I heard they talked to Oprah, and Oprah had something to say about it. Like Oprah advised them to leave. I don't know how true that is,
Damn,
but I heard that on radio.
damn, they
Mm.
You
went
know,
to
Oprah has power, so
I know.
they went to the
I know they're
guru.
very connected with like the black upper society for sure.
Hmm.
But I don't know about necessarily if Oprah like advised them to leave, but they could be good regardless.
definitely.
Yeah, they'll be straight.
They could be
Definitely,
good
man.
regardless. But I'm all for if we want to pick a king and queen of the U.S. or something, you can start with her.
Hmm.
I'm with it. I'm with the smoke, bro.
Hmm.
Fellas, anything else, man? Anything else before we close this bitch out?
Nada.
No.
Episode
Forever
number
hold your
10.
peace. Yes, sir. Episode number 10, nigga, we made it. What a great episode it
Hmm.
was. It's been a fun journey so far. We're gonna keep doing, keep getting better. This is the N-Word podcast. We'll be back for next week with a great episode. I'm signing out. I am your boy who is D Right.
It's your boy Master OG Ty, the best rapper alive, a lot better than D Right.
It's Doc and know it all. Doc D Ross everywhere.
Hmm.
Hey.
It's your boy Joker Dave signing out.
Yes, sir. This is the N-Word podcast. See y'all next week.